I'm meteorologist Jessica Quick. We're right along the Mississippi River in Prairie Du Rocher. It's about 30 minutes from Valmeyer, and this town was actually saved by a levee breach.
The smell, I just can't get over the smell. If you've never smelled dead things, that's what it smells like.
25 years later, the water is gone, but the memories remain.
Here is the house, and you can see where it was even up there
yeah,
more.
You can see the watermarks.
In August 1993, Jill Whelan and her husband made the decision to move their home and farm in just 12 hours, saving as much as they could from the angry river.
It was a huge tug, but you really, once we knew that our house was going to be lost, then you didn't hesitate. You just came and helped your neighbors.
Prairie Du Rocher is one of the oldest settlements in Illinois, dating back to 1722. During the height of the flood, the people living there decided to intentionally break the levee to save the town. Their plan worked, but the farms around the levee were underwater.
It was 18 feet in our house, so it's a foot from our upstairs ceiling.
When it receded, only a handful of the 24 farm families returned.
One thing that hasn't changed is the ability of the families to rally together to maintain the levee system.
Repairs were made and the town's levee commission has maintained it ever since. But after Hurricane Katrina, FEMA standards changed.
The Corps of Engineers has ruled the levee as an unsatisfactory, so we don't have their insurance behind us.
Mayor Ray Cole says residents rallied together to pay for an engineering study to see if the levee could be improved. But for a town of less than 600, none of the options are affordable.
That leaves the farmers and the village residents, 250 homes, and about a dozen farmers out there to try and maintain 17 or 16 and a half miles of levee.
Rocher only has 18 months to make improvements, or the levee will no longer be recognized by the Corps of Engineers.
Kind of makes it almost impossible to work, to build anything new. Would all have to be to their guidelines, which isn't real practical. So it's not a real bright future for the village.
Right now, Rocher's only hope is to get more federal funding. Jill worries it won't happen.
Anymore, I think people are just tired of the fight. They're tired of fighting with the government about changing the standards every time we meet the standards that they say that we meet.
But she's not ready to give up on Rocher, the little town that took on the mighty Mississippi and survived.
It's home. You come back and you look down, and every night when the sun goes down and you look at the sunsets cross the river and you just think, this is so pretty. How do you not come back to that?
This historic French town is getting ready to celebrate 300 years in existence. Its mayor tells us it's looking at several avenues to stay accredited, including grants. In Prairie Du Rocher, I'm meteorologist Jessica Quick.